All right, getting into the NFL draft. Me and Liam got spicy coming out of the NFL draft. I was a little annoyed with Eagles fans and you guys. It's funny how
I
you
would be
guys
too. I would be
you
too.
you
I think
guys talk about how Cowboys fans every year are delusional and say this is our year. But it's
correct.
getting to the point now where I'm hearing Eagles fans saying, "Ring me." I have screenshots of those guys out there who posted that. Be prepared because I'm saving those to the files and they will be posted as receipts for when you say "ring me." This is why you never make those fucking claims, and this is why you guys lost Super Bowl. Too cocky. Don't do that too early, baby boys. But the NFL draft, I think it was exciting. What do you think?
Um, I mean, it started off horrible. I had to turn it off. The fucking Chiefs came out with their trophy. Fuck them. So horrible start. But
It's
man,
good for me.
as it got going, it turned into there was really no bad scenario for the Eagles, and I know we'll dive into it a little bit. But they came out of that draft weekend better than I could have even imagined.
Yeah, for sure. So I just want to take apart, like, some of the things that we've been talking about. We've been talking about the Ravens, the Cowboys, the
True.
Eagles, and then we're talking around the league as well. So when just starting with the NFL draft, we have the Ravens. Everyone's giving the Ravens an A grade for their
Mhm.
draft picks. Just starting our wide receiver, Zay Flowers. Great predicament to walk into. They went for a wide receiver, of course. The Cowboys, they gave us a B plus in grading. We got a defensive tackle, Maxie Smith, our tight end, running back, Deuce, and then our wide receiver, Jalen Brooks. And then your Eagles getting that defensive tackle, Jalen Carter. So, I mean, all around the league, there were definitely some good picks, some good pieces that I was seeing around the league to fit in those puzzles, to make it better around the league. Where do you want to start, Liam? You want to start off with your Eagles pick?
Whew, man, which one, bro? Which one?
Holy
The
shit! So before I let Liam speak, so this is the issue that I had, and I don't know. Just so you know, Liam is definitely the guy who, no matter what, he has to be right in every situation scenario, especially when it
Oh
comes to the Eagles. He's a player that if all the Eagles jump off the bridge, he would say it was the best situation for them. They knew what it was going to be. They fly, Eagles fly. He would make up some fucking shit that would just you would want to blow your head off. So going into this, Liam was telling me, and our argument that he had was we got the best player in the draft, hands down, and was
yeah.
celebrating as if he wasn't picking at number 9. And that's what my gripe was. You're picking at 9. No matter what, you walk away with a good pick, no matter what. So the
Right. No, no,
surprise
no.
as if he flipped.
Definitely. And I get what I get what you're saying that we picked originally at 10, we traded up basically for free
Yeah.
to get number 9. I don't care if we traded up to 1 this year to get Jalen Carter. My point was you got a guy who people were projecting before this off the field stuff. People had him going at 1 or 2
No one
latest.
did. There's no
Look
way.
up everything. Look up
There's no
literally
way.
if you just look up Jalen Carter draft, just Google that. Every single video and article you'll find, you'll have people saying exactly what I am, that he was the best draft prospect going into it. So I don't care if they traded up to number 1 to get him. It's not about when they got him. It's about adding the best defensive prospect or arguably overall prospect to a
No.
team that already went coming off of a Super Bowl. And then at pick 30, which where they should have been, they got a guy who a lot of people had going at number 10. I know we had Sean on. That was his projection, Nolan Smith. A lot of mocks that I saw had Nolan Smith, the defensive end, linebacker, rusher, hybrid from Georgia, of course, because that's all we know,
Mhm.
um, had us getting him at 10. And I'll be honest with you, if they got Nolan Smith at 10 and then traded back 30 or whatever, I would have went to bed and I would have been chilling. I would have been so fine with that. The fact that they were able to get Jalen Carter and a top 10 prospect in Nolan
Yeah.
Smith is just outrageous to me.
Mhm.
And then to see, I think Vaughn sent it to us, but GMs are upset about the praise that Howie's getting. Fan bases are complaining. Like, just don't let it happen then. Like, don't let Nolan
Yeah.
Smith fall into the Eagles' laps at 30. It's pretty simple to me, no?
Yeah, I even if I hate the fucking Eagles, you could say every GM copy the fucking model.
Just,
Like
yeah,
copy the model. Again, it's the hate for the Eagles fan base of being like, fuck you guys for doing what you do. It does suck being a Cowboys fan in the division to be like, no matter what, this is who we're going to have to deal with for the next 5 to 10 years of these guys. But again, the draft is almighty. Okay with the draft, celebrate the players, but no matter what, I don't see the draft does nothing for me in my eyes. The draft is just we have some new players. It is what it is. Let's see how they produce. Because no matter what, your guy who you drafted last year from Georgia, right? He fucking injured, barely played, was one of the biggest prospects out of Georgia.
Now, again, he was a stud, got banged up for a few games, and then our dickhead defensive coordinator, who I told you was a dickhead, now it's coming out that he really, truly is a scumbag, just wasn't playing him. So the stats are a little deceiving with him, but when he first started and was getting in his role, the rush defense, I think we let up like 40 more yards a game when he was out. So he definitely had a big impact. But you're right, they do need to go out and play. They need to go and play.
Yeah, but again, this is a team with the top defense. I guess you're putting it all on the defensive coordinator as the reason why you lost. Like you just, no matter what, you're putting it all on him.
No, not all on him. But it is. Have you seen the stuff that's coming out?
No, I seen that he's like about the draft, so like that. I haven't seen anything crazier.
So apparently, the Eagles, I think it was the day of the draft, made a trade with the Cardinals where they essentially got a 3rd-round pick for like a 5th-round pick. Now, the reason that happened was because Jonathan Gannon, the defensive coordinator, right after the NFC Championship game, was going to Arizona, obviously, for the Super Bowl, but was talking with the Cardinals and signed a deal to become the Cardinals head coach. So much so that there was the point, and reported by players even, that he just wasn't prepared for the Super Bowl because he already got his bag. He got his head coaching bag. So that draft pick that we got was like resolution for the tampering that the Cardinals did with him. So, like, honestly, at this point, it sounds like a cop-out, but if he prepares a little bit, who knows?
Nah, it's a cop-out. No matter what, you had the best defense. No, that's what I'm saying. It's one of these things, like, it's hilarious to me that you have to go get defensive guys to go overload the defense that was probably one of the best defense in the league and definitely should be the best defense in the league going forward next year. But I understand it, and I can't be angry at it because the other NFL teams allowed it to happen. You allowed this to happen. You allowed your GM to make the smartest moves and get A++ in drafting and make these, like, why are we angry? If anyone's angry, be angry at yourselves that you don't follow his motto of draft these guys, move up, see what he's done over the couple of years and how he's created these draft classes and able to get these guys.
But I also think that had to is the wrong word. They got to. That's the thing. Like you're saying, like they got to do that. That Jalen Carter fell in their laps. Nolan Smith fell in their laps. I mean, look at the offense. What were they going to do? What they had the best wide receiving duo in the league. They have a top 5.
You could always draft around. You could always draft around like linemen. There's no such thing as too much depth on the line. But you went defense heavy.
You went in the trenches. Yeah. And I think even with you have the best offensive line in the league, and then the only real need that you had, which again we just never value the running back position. You went out and traded for a Pro Bowl running back. So even when we were talking about Bijan and getting Bijan, like you got a cheaper, more talented NFL, NFL tested running back in this team. So you debatably, as good as day 1 was with Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, day 2 was better because you got fucking DeAndre Swift out of nowhere.
No. Now you're hyping. This is why I'm saying you guys hype shit up. You're hyping up this running back from Detroit.
So.
Okay,
DeAndre Swift.
You're hyping this guy up. You're gonna hype this guy up to be like, this is one of the top running backs. This is a great he's traded for a reason.
For this, because the Lions are the fucking Lions and haven't won a playoff game in 30 years. I mean, this is
the Lions were the Lions last year, baby. They weren't the Lions they were last year. They're definitely a team that's on the up and up.
Well, exactly, and they're just still doing dumb shit. They weren't the Lions, right? They were better than we thought. They didn't even make the fucking playoffs. They're just this is what stupid organizations do.
You definitely know that's a team that's just changing over a new leaf. But I can't sit here and say. So you would rather have that running back over Bijan?
For the future, I don't know, but for the right now, absolutely. And then this is what you do. And we talked about this ad nauseum, right? Of like the running back position in the NFL right now is just not what it used to be. Like, it is a revolving door position. I mean, again, look at the Chiefs. We talk about them. Like, they drafted a kid out of Rutgers in the 7th round, and he was their guy at the end of the year. Yeah. So it's like you don't necessarily need these highly talented. It's nice to have. It's fun to watch Saquon. It's going to be fun to watch Bijan. But to win a Super Bowl, it's not really a need as much as it used to be.
I mean, the Patriot way is guys that just played with Tom Brady that are fucking nobody. So I understand.